In order to get a better understanding of where the real estate market will go in 2023, let's see what happened in the past year. This is how we started 2022.
Welcome back. It may be freezing outside, but Canada's housing market, red hot. That's no surprise to any Canadian looking to get into the housing market. The Bank of Canada recently updated its Housing Price Affordability Index. Not a good picture there.
For all of you that were looking to purchase in January, February, and March, the market wasn't supportive at all. Properties were selling in multiple offers, and many homes would be sold even before you had a chance to book a showing and see them. But all of a sudden, one important external factor has kicked in.
Finance Live, inflation remains a major problem for corporate America. Here,
They're having inflationary pressures and they tried to hold price.
The fact that inflation probably is here. And
in this inflationary environment,
both from a wage inflation and a staffing standpoint.
Inflationary environment that is directly.
The Bank of Canada had to intervene and has ruled out interest rate hikes to fight sky-high inflation. Put simply, the Bank of Canada had to slow down the overheated economy, and this led to the following.
All signs point to a housing slowdown. But even as the days of frenzied bidding wars fade, buyers are still worried. As mortgages get more expensive, demand has plummeted. Sales are down 9% in May compared to April, and down 22% compared to the same time last year.
I don't believe anything's really going to ride to the rescue for the market in the months ahead. It looks like interest rates are pretty much on a one-way trip north here.
Remarkably, at the beginning of the year, many buyers were frustrated by bidding wars. The majority simply decided to back out and wait for the market to cool down. Toronto Real Estate Board just released the data for the month of December 2022. Prices are down 9.2% year over year. However, sales are down close to 50% and even fewer people are buying. So what is wrong here? Do you feel that we are in the hamster wheel when it comes to buying a real estate?
Wesley Favreau has been renting in Kelowna since 2020. While he and his partner wanted to buy a home to grow their family, soaring prices during the pandemic kept them from buying. Now it's rising interest rates.
It's significantly above our buying power now. So, even though we have good income, we don't have the ability to match the rising interest rates.
You heard what the gentleman said. Aggressive Bank of Canada interest rate hikes further hampered housing affordability. If you follow me on my social media platforms, you probably noticed what I've been saying in the last few months. The demand for real estate in the Greater Toronto area is always present, and at the moment, it has shifted from buying to renting.
Explaining there, the housing market is cooling, but the cost of rent continues to go up. Can you explain that for us?
Absolutely. So when the housing market cools down, what happens is that people postpone their decision to buy a house. They want the prices to stabilize. What it means is the people who would have moved out of rental into ownership are now taking more time to rent. So they increase their tenure as renters, which means that it constrains the supply of rental housing, and therefore you have more people competing for rental space.
Now, let's get a better understanding of what is the fundamental issue here.
Scotiabank also just released a report today showing how much of a crunch there is in Canada's housing supply. Canada lags behind in the G7 when it comes to housing stock supply, even adjusted for inflation. How do things look by province? Pretty bad. Canada's most populous province, Ontario, falls to the back of the pack alongside Alberta. Get this, Ontario would need to add over 650,000 new homes, and Alberta would have to add 138,000 new units just to catch up with the rest of the country, and the rest of the country is last in the G7.
As we look forward into 2023, there will be two opposite forces impacting the housing market. On the one hand, we will continue to feel impact of higher borrowing costs, and on the other hand, record levels of immigration will support demand for ownership and rental housing. Which force out of these two will be more robust? Immigration is continuing for sure, but will we see another 5, 6, or 7 interest rate hikes in 2023? I don't think so. My first forecast for 2023. Interest rates will start to come down and it won't be as fast as they went up. Don't be shocked if we have more rate hikes in the first quarter of 2023. However, this environment won't be sustainable in the long run as the economy would be exposed to a massive risk of recession. That's the last thing the Bank of Canada wants to happen. My second forecast. Unless there is some unforeseen major disaster in the world, the economy will have a soft landing in 2023. We are far from 2008 scenario, and many economists predict soft landing in 2023. My third forecast for 2023. Real estate prices will plateau. Total residential transactions are down close to 50% year over year in December. You would think that the market is flooded with listings right now. Think again. New listings are down as well by 21% year over year. Buyers aren't in the best environment to buy, and yet sellers are also hesitant to sell. If you're a buyer or investor and you want to bypass the current high interest rate environment, Preconstruction can be a great alternative as you don't have any mortgage until the project is completed and registered. I will finish this report with a quote. Don't follow the herd. Most people get interested in real estate where anyone else is. The time to get interested is when no one else is. Some people will consider 2023 as crisis, and some savvy investors will see it as an opportunity. Where will you invest in 2023? Bitcoin, stocks? Real estate is a long-term asset that allows you to protect your wealth over several decades. If you would want to discuss any of your real estate needs in 2023, whether it's buying, selling, or investing, be welcome to reach out by clicking the link below in the description of this video. I hope that you are off to a fantastic start in 2023. Wishing you all the best and see you in the next video. Ciao!